This is a tutorial for a henna hands project I do with my third graders. For this project, you need scissors, a pencil, some kind of black media, I like Sharpies, and paper. Regular copy paper works fine, or drawing paper if you have it. The first step is to trace your hands. You need to be able to fit both hands on your paper, so plan for that. When you're tracing your non-dominant hand, that's fairly easy to do. However, when you switch over to tracing your dominant hand, you need to slow down and show a little bit more patience. After you're done tracing your hands, you're going to use your black media to outline them. I like Sharpies because they don't smudge or smear at all, but if you have a crayon or a colored pencil, that will work fine as well. After you're done outlining your two hands, you're going to go in and add fingernails. I like to use kind of a rounded rectangle type shape for the fingernails. This will help the hands look more realistic in the end. When you add the fingernails on the thumbs, you need to pay attention to the fact that the thumbs are facing out and just draw half of the fingernail. Next, you're going to move on to your henna patterning. Now, henna artists rely solely on line and shape as their two elements of art that they focus on. But they don't focus on them in a simple way. They focus on them in a very intricate and ornate way. Henna artists use line and shape in a repetitive manner so that in the end, very intricate patterns are created by the way the lines and the shapes are put together. Henna artists often fill the entire space of the hand and even into the wrist in some way with design. The patterns and the designs build on each other as well, so rather than just doing a line one time and then moving on to a different section, the lines and shapes build on each other to create that interesting repetition and pattern. Another thing I learned a while ago from a parent who actually came in and presented to my class on the topic of henna is that a tradition in some areas is for when a wedding celebration is happening, somewhere within the bride's henna, the groom's name will be hidden. And I think that's a really cool design challenge for students to do, to find a way to hide the letters of their name within their henna design. So I'm working on that with my last name right now, which is Atkins, Atkins, and I'm just trying to work in those letters in an interesting way into this design. I think it's become fairly obvious where some of my letters are. The K and the I stand out fairly clearly. The A and the T are perhaps a little bit more hidden. And as I continue on, I'm going to work on adding that N and the S in some way. And I'm continuing to work with that repetition of design to create interesting pattern. Once you finish one hand, you're going to go ahead and design the second. It can be the same, or you can make a new design for your second hand. The next step is then to cut your hands out. I think it's really good to stay to the outside of the black line that you're cutting on. So rather than cutting down that line, making the line kind of disappear, or cutting to the inside of it, it's really nice to cut to the outside of the line so that you maintain that nice outline of the fingers and the hand for the rest of the project. And now you've got two hands that are ready to move on with. Yay! Make sure you keep up with these for the next step of the project.